Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off Indian YouTube tutorial style and get right into the meat and potatoes. YouTube needs to ban this account pretty much right now. The Tech Lead. Now, if this name is, if it's sparking some synapses, we talked about Tech Lead about 4 years ago and 2 years ago, respectively, okay? Back in the day, Tech Lead was an infamous YouTube channel that had allegations of being a doxer to other smaller creators in regards to an individual known as Trend Black, where his information started being shared around like a venereal disease at one point, and Tech Lead was actually one of the principal individuals that was fingered. And there was an allegation that Tech Lead abused the YouTube's copyright system to start grabbing people's information, right? Now, this is already scummy in of itself. I believe it's not even entirely legal as far as the United States goes. And does YouTube care? Considering that you can make seasons on this kind of stuff, on various villains who use these systems? Yeah, I don't think YouTube really even cares. Even though they like to say, yeah, by the way, abusing the DMCA tool, that's against terms of services. Anyways, 2 years ago, we even looked at Tech Lead when he launched, was behind something known as the Million Token. Now, for anybody that doesn't remember the Million Token, this is actually the website 2 years ago. A Web3 social token. I'm sure you guys already know where the fuck we're going in here. A million is a cryptocurrency with a limited supply of 1 million tokens pegged at a minimum value of $1 USDC each. You might be like, well, Muda, how does he make sure that that million token is pegged at $1? Well, apparently it's, Tech Lead's understanding, his own words, by the way, on tape, that apparently he put $1 million of his own money into the actual token to basically, at least peg each token to $1 because of an actual physical US dollar or the USDC still available. Now, at the time 2 years ago, me, CoffeeZilla, and plenty of other internet people covered this guy's coin. And we used his own words, examined the blockchain, and at least from CoffeeZilla's assessment, and my assessment, and plenty of others, it turns out that Tech Lead's account maybe, were alleged to actually be siphoning money out.
Who they were to, who they were from. This is for all the USDC pools, the million token pools. And according to my calculations, Tech Lead has pulled out and siphoned into a bunch of shell accounts a total of $3.3 million.
Now, $3.3 million, that's a eye-watering to some individuals. Now, of course, if you ask Tech Lead about Million Token, I doubt he'll ever really talk about the situation in detail, because Tech Lead has actually been at the receiving end of a whole bunch of scam allegations. If you just look up Million Token on Reddit, for instance, even on their actual main, or what appears to be the official page at this point, with 164 members, what's shocking in this situation, I'm not even joking, is obviously if you go into the newest section right here, does anyone still invest? What's going on with this coin? 16 days ago, okay. One comment, let's see. Highly improbable it was a scam. Somebody says, is it going to coke back? I think you might actually have to start doing coke if you think it's going to even go to the moon at that point. But again, this is an allegation that has been hit pretty severely to Tech Lead and this coin. And if you look at Tech Lead's channel, from my research, it really seems like a lot of the stuff, if you actually just type in Million Token. So one thing, when I looked at the actual description to this video in 2024, you can see that he's the ex-Google Tech Lead with infinite money trick with crypto, tether over collateralization, cosmic keyboard, and he has a whole bunch of these sponsor links or whatever, join and get fucking interview problems explained, learn how to build $1 million business on YouTube, and my free daily coding interview practice. And of course, all the computer gear, keyboards, whatever the fuck. What I don't see, and thank God for the Wayback Machine, back in December 10th, 2021, what was that? What was that link for? Infinite money trick with crypto, stake million token liquidity to earn quick for massive DeFi yields? Wait, Tech Lead, are you removing things from the description? Why would you remove the million token? What happened? I thought it was supposed to be the million token for the millionaires. Look, at the end of the day, this is just scummy behavior, and I think the way that he's treated this token is more intelligent than the average influencer, right? You know, average dumb influencers who probably, you know, they'll talk about a coin. They might get into hot water because of it, but the way that he worked this coin and the people he targeted, the small fish, is small enough where the SEC really doesn't care. The only way to get caught, in my opinion, by scamming somebody or by, you know, getting into cryptocurrency in general and promoting something that may be a little crass is literally don't even target the big guy. If you target somebody that has a friend who works in the SEC and it takes them one call to basically call up the boys in the government, then you're screwed. But if you target the average Andy who's sitting in their house, you know, probably dumping $100 in, the SEC doesn't really care about that, or at least it doesn't appear that they do. And even if they do, all right, usually the actual punishments are very minimal. Now, this video is not about TechLead's Million Token or Trend Black. I've covered those situations extensively in the past. This is about TechLead actually breaking the YouTube's TOS and in fact fucking violating the law openly, by the way. And YouTube has the perfect example right here. Now, throughout the last 2 years, there have been plenty of bad copyright strikers. Quantum TV was a pretty recent example. But I will say TechLead has done something so stupid that Quantum TV is like a fucking Nobel laureate in comparison to this, okay? That motherfucker is big, that's Megamind. TechLead is actually dumb. Let's actually see exactly what happened. So, a YouTuber by the name of Internet Anarchist made a video in regards to TechLead. Now, I've been talking to Internet Anarchist in the background, basically discussing this stuff too. And the video in question that he was talking about was how CoffeeZilla destroyed YouTube's worst tech channel. Now, what had happened in this situation and what Internet Anarchist basically sent me was that he got a copyright strike for that video. So how CoffeeZilla destroyed YouTube's worst tech channel. Now, in this situation, TechLead says that the content used was a day in the life of a Google software engineer. Content found in entire video. Normally, it should be exact timestamps. No, he did not just use TechLead's content in the entire video. It was very much in fair use. Now, to understand, quick understanding of fair use is fair use works on 4 pillars, okay? So measuring the 4 factors is the purpose and character of your use, nature of the copyrighted work, the amount of substantiality of the portion taken, and the effect for the use upon the potential market. Now, the thing about fair use is it's not like an automated, thing. Every attempt of people, who fight for fair use have to take it to court. And usually it's courts that set or update case law. So the thing about it is, obviously one of the most important examples was the Matt Haas versus H3H3 case. And while that case is old, it's still a landmark case that's used to this day in regards to online entertainment and content used. Now, because TechLead was filing a DMCA, that's not like a cute little form for YouTube. That's telling YouTube that is a violation of my intellectual property. I'm going to take this motherfucker to court. Now, YouTube, being part of the safe harbor provision, says, okay, I'm going to abide by any DMCA. I'll just take the video down. Now, usually when this happens, you, the content uploader, has to give your personal information, or at least an attorney can step in your behalf so you don't have to actually dox yourself. But you are filing a counterclaim, meaning that, okay, I'm in the fucking right. I'm not taking the L. I'm going to court. Now, YouTube's system is so broken that somebody can issue a DMCA, you can counter DMCA, and then TechLead can go, I don't have my nut to fight for this, which is exactly what had happened. Now, I'm not going to play this 19-minute diatribe because it really is just blood yapping for the most part. Let me just summarize exactly some of the key points that he was trying to make. For example, the scamtuber industry is a bunch of YouTubers that try to call out scams. Now, he kind of equates this to drama or manufacturing drama, when in reality, there is no drama to be manufactured. I kind of hate it when people equate drama with actual potential criminal actions. When I think of drama, I think of shit like Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, where they're literally calling each other pedos and shit on diss tracks. That to me is kind of drama, okay? Because I really don't think there's actual criminal implications. It really is just beef between 2 celebrities, although that beef can accentuate into even wilder heights. When I think of these situations with cryptocurrency, with abusing the copyright system, I think of actual legal issues. Look, we're not going to be on YouTube forever, right? But we want to leave this platform a better place than when we started. If you let false flaggers win, then the whole future of the platform in terms of commentary, in terms of actually self-policing our communities, that's going to be in danger. I don't consider, calling out somebody like Mama Max to be drama in a situation. I think calling out somebody that is not taking serious investigation seriously and putting actual criminals behind bars, or rather letting them get away or fabricating entire stories, is a net negative to the platform, because it sends a really bad idea out into the minds of impressionable individuals. When I think of cryptocurrency scams, I think of actual millions of dollars being siphoned from actual hardworking people that just want to follow an influencer and maybe reach a fraction of their financial success. That is something that I find incredibly predatory, criminal, and it should be called out. The best part about YouTube is self-policing. It really always is the scumbags who always call out any actual form of valid criticism as, oh wow, this is just fucking drama. It's not really drama, okay, when it has real legal implications. So the other thing that TechLead kind of talks about is the copyright system. And this is where he says something that absolutely YouTube should act on.
I tend to copyright strike down any expose videos on me because I understand that these are not real exposés. There's no journalism involved in here at all. Welcome.
I love how he's like, there's no journalism. These people are just making videos. Dog, when they're putting up facts on facts on facts, that is what we actually call journalism. It's like the same people that said, yeah, Muda, when you and Carl covered, the completionist and the charity situation, that wasn't real journalism. Dog, we had interviews. We had actual fucking evidence that we brought up receipts. How is that not journalism at that point? Okay, I would argue it's better than actual fucking journalism that happens in most print these days. But again, this is just somebody that can't take any valid criticism. Now, of course, TechLead is kind of like a troll character, and I would be okay if he was just a troll, but when he's actually abusing the copyright system, that's when trolling becomes actually illegal.
To the world of business where people are afraid that they're going to be doxxed. Well, if you're going to come into business and do business in this world, yes, you're going to be doxxed. You better have an identity. And so then he takes to Twitter complaining he's going to have to dox himself to the TechLead. So you're saying I have to share my personal information to TechLead or let my video be taken down? He's afraid he has to be doxxed if he wants to counter the dispute. YouTube jumps in and says, well, you can also hire an attorney if you want to represent yourself. Well, yeah, this is business, right? People have a complaint against you. You can't just be a nobody and hide behind anonymity, right? One of the main reasons I will actually copyright strike a video, though, is I want to know who's behind the video, right?
So he's basically admitting right here that he's actually copyright striking somebody to gain personal information. Now, that's not the fucking point of a copyright strike. A copyright strike exists because you want to stop a video of yours that is unfairly being used, not because you want the information of the account right there. That is fucking abuse. YouTube literally will agree that is abuse right there. And yet he just openly admitted it.
I want to know who these people are. What if it's somebody I even know in real life? Oftentimes these haters are people who know you very well, actually. I mean, this could be a real physical threat to me. Really, these scam tubers exist only because I allow them to exist. And I can shut them down anytime I like because I own all of the copyrights to the images and audio that they're using. I will issue these copyright strikes on these new YouTuber, scam tuber videos. And I don't really care one way or another, I guess, but it's more of a hazing ritual for me, like a welcoming ceremony, just to let them know what they're in store for and who runs the show around here, who owns the content around here. So this is my welcoming ceremony. What happens next in these copyright strike cases is typically we go into court proceedings where I have 30 days to file a legal action, which typically I'm not going to waste anybody's time doing. This is really just my welcoming ceremony, hazing ceremony for people. And so the video will probably be back up after a while.
Bro, he just admitted that he's literally DMCA striking to hurt the actual channel. Not that he has any intention to go to fucking court to. So what's really insane about this is if you just read through YouTube stuff, if your work was posted without your authorization, you can submit a request that the content be removed. Submitting a removal request is a legal process. Like I said, it's not a rinky-dink form that you just sign with YouTube. This guy basically admitted that this is his hazing ritual. Now look, at the end of the day, okay, this is the most clear-cut fucking example of copyright abuse I have seen on the platform. I mean, this scumbag is openly admitting to it. Now, YouTube says, do not make false claims. Misuse of the removal web form, such as submitting false information, may result in the suspension of your account and other legal consequences. No, I think it should actually result in legal fucking consequences. Now, think about it like this. If you're somebody who uploads a video, you basically get shafted in every possible way. Your video dies, completely fails in the algorithm, right? Unless, obviously when it comes back, people band together to watch the content. But that's sometimes, you know, it's like that's like you wish upon a star kind of situation. No, the reality of it is, if you file a DMCA on somebody and you submit a legal process and they file a counterclaim, you should 100% be required to fucking file a legal, you know, like, you should be going to trial. You should be taking things to court. Now, this is why I always say, look, if you want to file a DMCA against me, I am very careful. Every video feed of the tech lead that I've shown in this video right now is stuff that I believe is in fair use, because I've only shown what I've had to in order to comment on it and discuss this situation. If tech lead files a DMCA on me, I get my lawyer, we get a counterclaim going, and if he doesn't want to sue me because he doesn't want to go to trial because he thinks he might lose, that should absolutely result in his fucking channel being terminated, okay? How is it that you're going to cause me grief, but now that the ball's in my court, I actually say, take me to court, you're not going to do it? How is this even okay? How is this even, like, legal? You can just abuse this forum to basically destroy channels or get rid of any criticism you want. And it really feels like there is no legal implication that ultimately falls onto anybody abusing this system. If YouTube doesn't remove the tech lead's channel because of this, I really don't know what message they're sending. Literally anybody can abuse this system and get away with it, and that's just fine. I don't think that's okay, but ultimately this is YouTube's platform. They can decide what they want. This is just the most clear-cut example. And it's not just me saying it, it's plenty of other content creators. That said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I know it's been a lot to cover. Just covering the tech lead has brought back a lot of memories of cringe that I've covered in the past, but ultimately I think the biggest fault is this. This is not a situation where the US federal government has to be involved. YouTube can literally step in and do the right thing. We should never tolerate copyright abuse on this platform, okay? Because it ruins the entire platform for every creator out there. If one scumbag like this can't take any criticism and decides to abuse actual legal things as his hazing ritual. That said, this is me, Muda, and I'm out.